incredible how much babies change over the first year of life.
Oh, yes.
All the skills they acquire. I mean, it's just remarkable.
It's like magic, yes.
And, at each of the checkups, that's going to be a big part of what we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think parents get nervous that their kiddo is not progressing as they think they should. Or if a parent has multiple children, well, his older sister did this faster or was already doing that, or twins comparing. And it's hard not to. I mean, I don't blame parents. And I think this is some of the stuff that keeps them up at night. So I think it's important to remember that development, it's a range. It's not that at 2 months old, every single 2-month-old is doing the exact same things. Maybe your kiddo does 2-month milestones at 7 weeks or closer to 10 weeks. And that is okay. I think the bigger picture is making sure there's no regression. We're not losing milestones that we had achieved. In February of 2022, the American Academy of Pediatrics, which is where we got this information from, updated the developmental milestones. And developmental milestones, just like checkups, are broken up into ages. So let's talk about 2-month milestones.
Yeah, let's do it. And this is why we have so many checkups early on. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is for development. Yeah. We are watching your child's development very closely.
Yeah.
Just like you are. And we're going to be the ones to help you navigate if we feel like they might be falling behind or not meeting them on time, but that's what we're there for.
For me, when my daughter turned 2 months, I felt like that was when she started to come alive. When babies are first born, they're really not doing a lot. They're crying, they're peeing, pooping, they're feeding. That's about it. They're sleeping a lot. But at 2 months, you start getting the cooing. You start getting the smiling. Mm-hmm. They might start looking at you, looking at a toy for a few seconds. You might see them opening up their hands, not keeping their hands in a fist all the time. I think you start to notice they can hear, they start reacting to loud noises, and just sort of making noises along with you. So I feel like they really start to come alive at this age.
Yeah, agreed. And 4 months?
Cute stage.
It is. And I feel like at 4 months, each one, has something different, but I feel like they start to give back just a little bit.
Yes.
They recognize you. They're excited when you come to the crib. And they might start to even laugh out loud, which is adorable.
Yeah.
You can hold a toy up and they might actually hold it for a few seconds.
Yeah.
So they're interacting with their environment a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you have things like on your car seat or a bouncy seat, they're actually going to start
reaching and grabbing.
Reaching and checking them out and like really looking at it. They will find their hands, which is huge for them. If you put them on their belly, instead of just popping their head up, they're going to start actually pushing their whole chest up.
Yeah.
And they can move around, look around. They got a different vantage point. Make sure you always do tummy time because that's how they practice, and it's great. And it helps with their head control, strengthen their upper body and their shoulders.
I do think at 4 months of age, I'm glad you said tummy time, because they've been on their backs for so long that I think that's when the back of the head looks the most flat and the most bald.
Yes.
So, because they're not really rolling yet, so I love the idea of doing a lot of tummy time.
Yeah, tummy time is great.
That's good.
Yep.
They're starting to hold their head up well. They're starting to look at your food a little bit more, showing interest in it.
And when the bottle's coming towards them, they're like little baby birds, and they're excited. They know what's happening now. It's not just...
Yes. Yeah, agree.
Fun.
And then 6 months. 6 months is really cute too. I know I say that about 4 months, but it's really cute. I feel like they're starting to recognize familiar people, taking turns making noises with you, squealing noises, blowing raspberries. They probably are starting to roll over, so be careful when they're up on their changing table or at the table of the doctor's office. I mean, you turn your head for a second and they can roll off those high surfaces.
And you never know when the first time is going to come.
Yeah. Things are starting to go in the mouth at 6 months of age. So baby proofing hopefully started well before they reach that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another fun age.
Oh, yeah. They start moving. And sitting, You know,
Oh, yeah.
they start sitting up at 6 months.
A little bit of support, probably.
Yes. Now, some may be sitting, doing great, and
Yeah.
reaching for their toys, and others, they need a little support.
Yeah.
And then they'll start doing that little tripod sit.
Yeah.
So if they start to topple over, they're going to help support. And then the next big milestone is going to be 9 months. Big thing with 9 months is the mobility.
Yes.
I mean, they really are going to start moving. They may start with army crawl. They may get up on all fours. They may move backwards first, but they're eventually going to start figuring out how to move. They may roll from one end of the room to the other.
Yep.
And this is when that baby proofing comes in. They may start actually pulling up on their crib. You may walk in the room and, oh my gosh, they're standing. They're standing.
That's wild to see that for the first time.
They're actually standing, and they can get themselves up to that standing position. So giving them those opportunities to get themselves to that standing position.
Yeah.
An ottoman, the couch, everything nice and soft, but that's how they explore their environment a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're going to start making more noises. They get louder.
Yeah.
And they can talk back and forth with you
Right,
a
it's
little
the babbling
bit.
at 6 months,
Yes.
and then more like the ma ma ma
Yeah,
ma,
they
ba,
start
ba,
making
ba, at 9 months.
consonant sounds. So you're going to get, the ma ma ma, da da da, ba ba ba. Not necessarily to you, maybe if you're lucky, but they make more noises and they make those sounds.
Dada's always first.
Yes.
It's easier to say.
Always first.
Mama when they're crying.
Yeah.
Dada when they're happy.
They might start using their little pincer grasp at 9 months, and you can start doing those pickup foods, and they're going to manipulate their toys a little bit more. And
Yeah, 6 months is going to be
them
more that
out.
raking to pick things up. 9 months, they're starting. They're not great at it, but the pincher grasp.
Pincer, and they can start using their sippy cup better.
Yes.
They can hold their own bottle. There's lots that happen at 9 months.
Yeah, they're basically ready for college.
Yeah. Now, other thing that happens at 9 months is they might be afraid of strangers, and they get more attached to you.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes hard to,
Screaming.
you
Just
know,
call it screaming.
Screaming. If you're leaving them at daycare or with someone else, even if it's someone else they're supposed to know, like grandma or grandpa, they may start to decide, stranger danger, I'm not liking this, and I want my comfort person.
But just reassure them, I love you, I'll miss you, I'll be back later
Make
to
it
pick
brief.
you up. Do not try and reason with your 9-month-old for 20 minutes that you'll be back
Don't
at the
draw
end of
that
the day
out.
to pick him up.
They calm down.
Yes, but I think I would say object permanence is starting. If they're sitting in their high chair and something falls off, they're
gonna
looking
look.
for it.
Where'd it go? It's a fun game.
Yes.
They will whoop.
And then before you know it, they're a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes fast.
They might be walking. They might not be. Some kiddos don't walk until 15, 16 months of age.
That's okay.
But your 12-month-old may be walking. So
And-
absolutely, saying a few words, waving bye-bye, getting better at the sippy cup, getting better with their pincher grasp. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So lots happens, and it happens fast. So these are all 2 to 3 month increments, but because it goes so fast. And just keep in mind that they're, just like you said, it's a continuum, and can't compare your baby to your neighbors, to your friends, to your other child,
Right.
or your niece, nephew, cousin. Everyone's different,
Especially if they're born prematurely.
Yeah, they're going to be a little behind.
Then you have to take into account how many weeks they were born early and give them that grace period also.
Yeah, so development's very important, and we are very in tune to your baby's development, and we're there to watch things and make sure everything's good.
It's one of the best parts of being a pediatrician.
It's so fun. It's so rewarding. Just watching them do new things, new skills every time they come in.
Yeah.